Talonflame, the fire flying type Pokemon, now coming back with the Isle of Armor, and this Pokemon is amazing. There's so much you can do with this Pokemon. It's really fun to play with. Let's go ahead and start looking at it. We're going to break down its stats. It's going to be HP 78, Speed 126, Attack 81, Special Attack 74, Defense 71, and Special Defense 69. So when you look at its stats, there's nothing that's like really crazy with the exception of that speed stat. Really good, really solid at 126. All the others are kind of like middle ground at best. However, he's going to make up for that with his abilities and his move pool. Okay, Flame Body. So this is an ability that when in battle, if you get attacked by a physical attacker, you have a 30% chance of burning that physical attacker. So it's a decent ability here. The only problem is he's not very bulky, so this isn't one that I'm going to necessarily recommend. But outside of battle, obviously Flame Body is also going to be able to help you hatch Pokemon faster when you're doing your breeding. So that is a possibility if you want to replace your Chandelure or one of your other Pokemon that is your breeder Pokemon. Gale Wings is the one that we're really going to focus on, though. This is an amazing ability that's going to give priority to flying type moves when the Pokemon's HP is full. So essentially, it's going to help your flying type moves go first. Now, you got to be wary of a couple things, like a Psychic Terrain is going to affect this in a negative way. It's going to negate that, so just be aware of that. But Gale Wings is an amazing and fun ability to use. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Talonflame's resistances, and he actually has a lot of resistances, which is really good considering how kind of middle ground his stats are. So when we take a look at his resistances here, he actually has quite a few that are frequently seen. I mean, fighting, there's more fighting types that were released in this DLC. Urshifu, for example, and Urshifu is legal in competitives now, so we've got Fire, which is always big, Fairy, which is big, Grass, which is now even bigger in the DLC. So we've got a lot of things in here that he's got a half resistance to, which is amazing. So this is really cool. And then you add on the fact that he's immune to ground type attacks because he's a flyer, and it's a really solid resistance set. Now, if we go ahead and we move on to his weaknesses, we're going to see he has 3, and he is going to be 4 times weak against Rock. Rock is going to rock him. He will get destroyed by anything using a rock attack, so beware of your Lycanrocs, your Rhyperiors, even something like a Tyranitar. I mean, anything is going to knock him out. Water and Electric, he is still going to be weak against with a 2 times effectiveness, and with his squishy stat base, most of those attacks are probably going to be knocking him out as well. So I don't recommend trying to tank things with him. If you see a weakness out on the field, you want to play around that, either be using your Follow Me's or, you know, switch him out, pivot him out. Also, keep in mind with the Follow Me, a big threat to him would be Inteleon with Snipe Shot. So beware of that, because that goes through the Follow Me, bypasses it, and will still target your Talonflame. So just beware of some of those new mechanics that are kind of being used a lot right now. Hey, if this video is helping you out and you're having a good time, please drop a like and subscribe. Definitely helps the channel out. Otherwise, if you're looking for more Pokemon content, please feel free to drop by the Twitch channel, where we do Pokemon Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday every day. Battles, raids, trades, and more. But otherwise, let's go ahead and get back to the rest of this video. Okay, so I came up with a few sets here, and these are going to be some fun sets. Definitely something you can use. I've played with all of these. All of them have winning records so far that I've played with. I will tell you which one is the predominant winning team out of these 3 here. But let's go ahead and start with the first one, and we're going to do, this is going to be mostly a Tailwind set team. So we're going to rock the Gale Winds ability, and we are going to put Timid on as the nature. So we are going to put some speed into him, and we're also going to max out that speed EV stat with the 252. We're also going to put 252 into special attack. So we're actually going to make this a special attacking Talonflame versus a physical attack. So the stat difference isn't crazy different between the attack and the special attack, to where we can actually kind of play with his special moves versus the physical moves a little bit. So that being said, in the bottom here, we've got the moveset of Overheat, Solar Beam, Tailwind, and Fire Blast. However, I did put U-Turn, which is a physical move, in here in case you do want to have a pivot out. U-Turn's a great ability, and this is a nice thing to have on the Talonflame if you do want to move him out of harm's way and do a little chip damage in the process. But with Fire Blast, he's going to get stab bonus. He's going to be doing decent, good damage with the special attack, 252 into there, and you've got your Tailwind to set that speed. The nice thing is Gale Wind does affect Tailwind as far as Gale Wings affects Tailwind as far as priority. So it's going to allow you to set that Tailwind first before your enemy gets anything off, lest, they have some kind of a priority as well. Overheat is great. You could use that instead of Fire Blast. That's going to do a ton of damage, but just keep in mind that's also going to lower your special attack for the next turn. So you could do something like Tailwind, use an Overheat, and then use a U-turn to get on out. So if you start the match and you've got something like a Togekiss with Follow Me, Togekiss uses Follow Me, you use Tailwind, Togekiss doesn't die, maybe it has to heal itself with a berry, you then can use Overheat or U-turn to pivot out, or U-turn in the next turn after that. So there's a lot of possibility here, and I do put the Focus Sash on this set here just to make sure you do get the Tailwind set and you do keep him alive, because he does have that little bit of a squishability factor, so you do want to keep him alive, but you could still add in something like a Life Orb or some kind of a damaging accessory here. Okay, so this next set, this is going to be more of a brute force, kind of in-your-face physical set that we're going to be using here. So we are still going to be using the Gale Wings, because that's going to give us our priority on our flying moves, and we are going to be using the Adamant Nature to boost our physical attack stat. So yes, we are going to be taking advantage of the slightly higher physical attack stat in this set. Now, if we look at the EV spread, we are going to do 252 into speed, 252 into attack. So we're going to max those out so he's as fast and as strong as we can get him. Now for items, we've got a couple different things here. We could use a Life Orb, we could use a Choice Band. You can also use an Expert Belt if you really wanted to, but I'm gonna really recommend the Choice Band here for one particular reason. In a Dynamax, you lose the effect of the choice item, both the lock-in effect on the item or the move, and also the attack bonus. Since we're not gonna Dynamax this Pokemon because of his stats, this is a great item for him to have on, because it's going to really affect his damage and give him a huge increase, especially if it's something on the Brave Bird. So if you're using it in conjunction with the Brave Bird, not only are you getting the stab bonus, not only are you getting the bonus from the Choice Band, but you're also going to be getting that priority, assuming you're at full health, with the Gale Wings. So this is really going to be cool. This is a great way to throw off Pokemon like a Rillaboom or something that's weak against aerial attacks. Now, obviously, you could still use your U-turn and pivot out, or your Flare Blitz, or your Steel Wing, or any of the other move pool that he has, but the Choice Band is really going to give him a dangerous attacking threat on the field, to where your opponent's going to suffer some losses. I mean, this set has done very well for me. He generally will kill a few things before he's even able to be dealt with. So this is fantastic, and I highly recommend maybe looking at this set here. Okay, so this final set here, this is going to be... well, this is a mix. This is going to be a lot of different things, and it's going to show you the versatility of this Pokemon and a lot of ways you can really utilize him on the field. So we're still going to be using the Gale Wings. I mean, that's really the best ability for him to be using. But we're also going to be using the Jolly Nature. So this time we're going to be really boosting everything we can into his speed. So EVs, 252 into speed, 252 into attack. As far as attacks, we are going to be using more of the physical set again. So U-turn, it's always good to have that pivot there. You don't have to use it, but it is very beneficial. Flare Blitz, stab bonus obviously. Tailwind in case you still need a Tailwind setter. So this gives you the versatility to still use him to set that Tailwind if you're going against another Tailwind setting team, something like a Whimsicott, or you've got a Pelipper coming in, whatever it might be. Obviously, Brave Bird, get your stab bonus, but also the possibility of Acrobatics here. Acrobatics is a really cool move, and I want to kind of go into that in a little bit more detail here. So Acrobatics is a 55 base power damage flying type move. However, it will actually double its power to 110 if the user has no held item. So if you're not using a hold item, so if you're not using your Choice Band, or you're not using a Focus Sash, this move will actually go up to 110 damage. And then, in conjunction with his Gale Wings, we'll actually get that priority. So it's going to do a crazy amount of damage, and it's not going to have any recoil coming back onto your Pokemon. So if that's something that interests you, this could definitely be a move that you could utilize in a very fun kind of way. Now, as far as items, it kind of depends on what you want to do here. If you're still going to be using him more of a Tailwind setter, then you've got your Focus Sash option. If you're looking for more damage, then you've got Life Orb and Choice Bands. But you can also go with the no item or a usable item. So maybe you put a defensive boost on him, the Grassy Seed, send him out with a Rillaboom. Rillaboom sets the Grassy Surge off, and he gets a +1 defense. And so now he has no item, but now he's got his acrobatics bonus. So there's a lot of things you can do here, and this Pokemon just has the versatility to get some things done. Even with a semi-middle ground attack stat, he still has so many options to him, and his ability really opens up the field for him to do some damage, get some setups off, and just really change the game for you. So guys, that's it for the video. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. I hope you liked the video. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe. Otherwise, I hope to see you again next time. And until then, take care.